is the motor that we picked up in Palmdale that you guys seen in the previous video. We got that thing out. It was absolutely the wrong motor. This one have a plastic valve cover. This one right here have a... What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel, man. I appreciate everyone for their support, and those who are new, man, please subscribe and hit that bell notification. Now we can go. Gonna go ahead and crank it fully all the way over. What's up, everybody? We back with another video. This is the motor that we picked up in Palmdale that you guys seen in the previous video. We got that thing out. It was absolutely the wrong motor. This one have a plastic valve cover. This one right here have an aluminum valve cover. This is the one we took out of this 2013 Kia Soul. This is the new motor that's getting ready to go back in. So far we only found two things that's different, which is this motor mount right here. These two studs are spaced out. Over here, the original car, they're over on this position. You can see this one is blank to put a bolt in there, so we're gonna just take these off right here and we're gonna swap it and put it on the new engine right here. That's not a big deal. Then right here we got the mechanical fuel pump. This little plug-in fitting is different. Right here you can see this one is gray, so we'll take that off and swap that over to the new engine. Other than that, everything else is pretty much the same. We already went around and checked everything out. This is a nice, clean, fresh motor. It's used, but it only has 60,000 miles. You can see this one is pretty dirty. Man, this thing is shot out. So we're about to go ahead and get set up and jump right into it. Alright guys, so as you just seen, we took this motor mount off. The other one that we needed is on the new engine. So we're getting ready to lower this jack down. Then we're gonna slide this thing right up in there. All right, the new engine is right in position to mount up. We got the exhaust where it needs to be in the back right here. As you can see, this is the dowel pin that goes inside the transmission, and it's on the engine block. So unfortunately, the other old one is stuck in the transmission. The new motor still have it stuck in the engine block. So what you want to do is remove one of these before you try to mate them together, because it definitely will not fit with both of them in there. So we're going to take one of these out of the way, and then we'll go ahead and get that mounted to where it needs to be and put the bolts in. We're going to go ahead and use some pliers to get this out. The one on the transmission is coming out pretty easy, so we got this out. Now we could go ahead and stick this one in that hole, and then we'll be good to go. Got the motor all in. We put this motor mount on right here. We got to go ahead and tighten up the bolts. After we do that, man, we'll start running our wires, plugging everything up. Then we'll save this and get it swapped out later. Hook up everything in the back. This is the exhaust heat shield. We're gonna be sure to connect that. We got our ground wire right here. We're gonna put this one on from the new engine. This is the original one that was on there. You can see it's a big difference, so we're gonna go with this one. This motor is nice and clean. You can see, man, there's no miles on there. Still at it. One day swap. This thing will be driving pretty soon. Just got everything plugged up from the wiring harness up top. Now we down below. The AC compressor is different. This plug right here is a different plug than the one on the car. And the alternator, this one have 3 prongs in it, and the alternator plug originally have 2. So we're gonna get that alternator swapped out and that AC compressor, and then we'll be right back on track. Alright, we got all the bolts out the AC compressor. Gotta get the tension off the belt, and this thing will be able to come right off. Same thing with the alternator. We already got those bolts removed. We gotta take this wire back off of there, and the alternator is ready to come off. Need our little pry bar. Alright, I had to use 2 hands right there. Camera went kind of crazy. This thing right here is plastic for the lower radiator hose, so you definitely don't want to drop this alternator on there and break that. It's nighttime. We're still working. About to put the starter in. Right here, about to install that. The torque converter bolts in, those is all locked down. Then we'll be ready to start this thing up. Got everything all back hooked up on this thing. All the wires is connected. We just got this AC condenser and the radiator hoses to be connected once we put this front end piece back on, but we're gonna go ahead and give it its first startup. Right now we're gonna connect the battery and give it its first startup. Everything is on. Let's see what this thing does. Go ahead, crank this thing up. Got power. Turn it a few times to prime up the fuel, let the fuel get up there. Alright, I just bumped it. Now we're gonna go ahead and crank it fully all the way over. There we have it. Fired right up. This thing is running. Pretty cool. We gotta hook these up, so we're not gonna run it too long. We definitely got action right here. There you go. It just idled down. I'm gonna shut it down right now till the morning. Then we'll finish hooking everything else up. This thing is definitely one day swap. Got a little smoke coming from here on the exhaust where I was touching on it, but that's nothing. That'll burn off. That'll be it until in the morning.